Well, hello, and welcome to the Tao Manifesting Tarot reading. This is a very serious tarot reading. That's what it was designed for from the beginning, back about 4 or 5 years ago. Has not changed. Modified a little bit as things have become more and more serious. As that has happened, we've tried to relate the frequency from the reading, which is what tarot is all about. It's not about predicting. I've done tarot for over 20 years. It's not about predicting. It's about the possibilities, the potential in the frequency of the reading. That's why I only use 4 cards. One in the middle is kind of a guide card. It sets up the feeling for the reading. The point of this is for me to get you to be inspired, for me to help you create pictures in your own mind, not on a computer or AI or any of this other bullshit they're throwing at us these days. You are the source of your creativity. And so my job is to say, okay, how do I inspire you? How do I get you to tune in to you? Your ability to manifest is the kryptonite, if you will, for the robots that are coming after us. Elon Musk thinks that maybe within 10 years max, almost nobody will be driving their cars. They will all be robot driven, which means they control where you go, when you go, how far you go. That's the whole point of this. It's not your safety. They'll tell you it's safety. It's tell you, oh, you keep the bad guys out of cars, or if the police are chasing the bad guys, they can shut off the car. No. It's the 15-minute city. You can't go unless we let you go. And we ain't going to let you go. On top of which, Musk also said that probably with what's going on with AI, within about 10 years' time, robots will do every job that there is to do, and better than we can do them. So that means nobody, I don't care what letters you have after your name, you're out of work. You're out of work. So we have people who are trapped in 15-minute cities. They can't go anywhere outside of that area unless they get absolute permission. And if you're not being a good boy or girl, they'll take away your freedoms. They can do that. It also says that they will be able to control your lifestyle, the food, your environment. Oh, and speaking of environment, just saw a report today about those chemtrails in the sky that have been going on for a while. Do you know that the United States government has been playing with weather? Well, technically, since the 1800s. They tried to create rain in dry areas, and they began that whole investigation in how do you control the weather. But after World War II, they weaponized it. Oh, can you believe? Weaponizing against us. And it's gotten to the point where everybody in the country is well aware of these chemtrail situations. Everybody. And one of the common complaints, outside of the fact that it really cracks down on you weather-wise, you can either make it a drought or make it a tsunami. Doesn't make any difference. They can control it. The hurricanes and stuff have been controlled. This is proven, by the way, with people who are geologists and climatologists. What it's doing is taking away the sun, and it is poisoning because of the chemtrail stuff in there, a lot of aluminum. It's, as one gentleman from West Coast says, geologist from the West Coast, here you have the forests out in the mountains. Pristine, one would think. Turns out the soil is becoming very alkaline. It's not acidic. The soil is becoming dead because all that stuff in the chemtrails lands on Earth, and it turns the soil alkaline, in effect dead. And it's going like that all around the country. I live way up by Lake Superior. I've noticed it myself. In fact, we're noted for not having a whole lot of sun, especially this time of year. But it's been gray. It's been that sickly gray, and we're not the only ones experiencing it. People, the sky is this milky whatever. What they're doing is blocking out the sun, but what they're also doing is changing the ionosphere, the way our atmosphere works. To the point, they talked a few years ago about hairsprays and stuff destroying the ozone. What they're doing now, according to geologists, climatologists, is eating away at the ozone. Because you're putting mercury, which is the probably most virulent metal on the planet, kills everything. They're putting it up into the ionosphere, and it's mixing it up and doing horrendous damage to our ionosphere. This is the kind of damage that you can't go anywhere. You can't escape it. The rich people, these are the bastards who have been running this thing. In fact, it is part of a Neptune cycle, and I may talk about that later on this week. Neptune cycle and Pluto, they meet together in the sky, so to speak, at the same place about once every 500 years. And they have a 2,500-year cycle where they meet in the same sign. For example, Neptune, Pluto, they got together, back about around 1900, a little bit before, in the 1890s. The next time they're going to get together will be in 2385, if we're here. And at this point, I'm not so much sure about that. But the point is that Neptune cycle began in 1891, and we will, later on in the week, because I've done astrology for over 50 years, and I want you to understand the value of astrology to help you with your tarot manifesting. With what they did was they began to make major changes in our global perspective, because Pluto and Neptune together will do that. And what we're seeing is part of that cycle. Pluto, massive transformation. Neptune, deception and illusion. You put those two together, you have massive illusion, delusion, deception on a worldwide level. Began in 1891. We'll talk more about that. Yeah, pretty scary stuff. So that being the case, this is the kind of thing that I touch on it with every reading. I don't want to do some goofy kind of reading with rainbows and unicorns and this is real life, because what we're living right now is real life. And based on everything that I'm seeing, they poison the food, they poison the water, they poison the air, they're killing the soil. They want us in 15-minute cities. They're loading us up with all kinds of chemical stuff that evidence from around the world is telling us is killing us much earlier. Everything is increasing, heart attacks, turbo cancers, all of this stuff. And you wonder, don't they live here too with us? Don't they understand that they're killing themselves? Well, first of all, I think they're psychotic. If you have $1 billion and you want more, that you're messed up. They don't have a soul. I guess it's evil as far as I'm concerned. Pure and simple. Just get right to the point. It's evil. And that's what's taking over. So for me to come here do a tarot reading where I go, we got this little thing going here with a rainbow, and we have this and unicorns, and isn't this month? Nope. That's not the world you're living in. And by all accounts, that clock is ticking. Time is running out. It's gone. So each and every reading is out to inspire you, but to have you stay right where you're at. To have you really, really, really pay attention and now start to manifest in reality. Because manifesting, as I said, is the kryptonite against this robotic revolution. I think at some point we're going to be looking at revolutions around the whole planet. Yeah, absolutely. Because I just, like I said, the Pluto-Neptune thing, it's the whole evolution kind of thing going on. Either we're going to make it or we won't. I want you to help to be able to make it to a better world, a cleaner world, a brighter world, a more positive world. So that's the way I do this thing. This is not for everybody. A lot of people want to hide, run and hide. Well, you see how that's worked so far. You see how that's worked so far? Not so well. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Just look at the sky. You know something's wrong. I want you and I to encourage each other to be as positive. And the best way to do it is to use our kryptonite manifestation stuff. So the middle card, the oracle card, the one that sets the mood, says the here and now. And that's what I'm focused on in this reading, here and now. Not some dystopian future or even utopian future. And that's the reason I bring in the astrology, because astrology is a science of cycles. And we're in a cycle or several cycles right now that put us in a very precarious position. So I want you to manifest to be the best you that you can be. So this is a tarot reading for adults, pure and simple. Oracle card, here and now, it means focusing on reality, where you are right now. The meme for today is a rather long one, but it's asking the question, who's in control? When the media controls the information you see, they control what you believe. When they control what you believe, they control your mind. When they control your mind, they control your emotions. When they control your emotions, they control your actions. When they control your actions, you are no longer in control. When you're no longer in control, you are not yourself. They have won. The thing that centers you, that keeps you the real you, is manifesting. So let's get to it. We go all the way to the left. It is the Six of Wands. Wands are positivity, excitement, enthusiasm, gratitude. Six of Wands talks about victory. Yeah. Success within reach. Personal triumphs. Because the wands mean positivity, joy, enthusiasm, gratitude, those are the kinds of things that you need to pay attention to. Remember, I just read in the meme, when they control your mind, they control your emotions. When they do that, you're not in control of yourself anymore. That's what the Six of Wands is saying. You can gain back control. You can be positive. You can be grateful. You can be the best the wands have to offer. It's in with your reach, within it. You're not there, but you have the capacity. The capacity, by the way, is manifesting. Next card is the Ten of Wands. Again, we're keeping with that idea of positivity. Ten of Wands says you're overworked, you're overwhelmed. And the card is in reverse. You're becoming aware of the fact, holy shit, do I stand a chance? Food is disappearing, more expensive than ever. And with the clouds and stuff and alkalizing the soil, we're not going to be able to grow food, so we're going to starve. Everything's up for grabs. At this point, you and I no longer own anything. They can take your home from you. They can empty your bank. In fact, in Europe, because they're getting ready Europe to step up and give Ukraine some more money for some asinine reason. Well, I know what the reason is. It's World Economic Forum. That's part of their plan. They want to get back at Putin, and the way they're doing it is through Ukraine. So now European bankers are saying the money that you have saved that you're not using, they're going to take from you. Money that you have in the bank that you're not using. What the hell is going on? You and I own nothing. This whole idea of crypto and gold and so it's bullshit. They created it, they can take it away. And so what the card says is you're beginning to get it. And that is the Ten of Wands. You're going to put down the burdens. Quit believing the crap. Because that's all it is. It doesn't mean anything. They can take it all away from you anytime they want to, including your life. So we move to the next card, Six of Cups. Six of Cups happens to deal with nostalgia, happy memories. Your inner child, maybe. That's what you have to go back to. Remember the goodness, the good feelings. Now, we know if we go back to the past and we have these wonderful memories as children, we know the shit was going on already then. The United States, as far as I can tell right now, took two major turns. One came with the formation of the Fed. That opened the door to all kinds of nasty shit. Second one came at the turn of the World War II. Again, nasty shit started to become developed. The CIA was developed. The FBI became weaponized. They did all kinds of experimentations they didn't tell us anything about. That's an oversimplification, but at least it gives you a picture. So when you go back to the past, you go, man, it was so wonderful. No, it wasn't. You just didn't see it. We are now seeing the end result. So when you go to the past, focus on the positive. Focus on what's to be grateful for. Focus on that inner child. And the final card is the Three of Wands. Three of Wands talks about the, I call it spiritual trinity for humans. Mind, body, spirit. Mind, body, spirit. Mind, body, spirit. You got to line them up. And that's what this guy is doing. He has all three with him. He has his hand out to the right, holding one of the staffs. He's making a commitment. He sees the future. It's not there. It's not there yet. But he sees it. He feels it. Going back to the Six of Cups, he's remembering nostalgia. He's going back to the Ten of Wands, dropping the burdens, the crap that you've been told and lied to, purposely to manipulate you. Victory, the first card, the Six of Wands. Victory can be in sight, but you got to put down the burdens. You got to stay in the here and now. You got to take the best from the past. That's good stuff that you can remember with joy and happiness and your gratitude in your heart. Bring that with you. And then vision a better future. But that means you're going to have to get active. You're going to have to stand out. And we don't have any time. This is not playtime anymore. It's all over. You take a look at the sky, and you tell me how much time we have. It's making people sick. It's destroying the soil, so there's no food that's going to be growing. You tell me. Look at the sky. You can bitch and moan and scream and say whatever you want about me. Look at the sky. Then you know the truth. You got to face the music. If you're resonating with this, you came here to do major work, big work. You begin with yourself. But in the end, it is time, here and now, to face the music. That's the manifested reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao manifested reading. Hope you're here with me. I'm here every single day. Please like, subscribe, and share. It's really important these days because they're really tightening up on the internet. They don't say they are, but believe me, they are. They're watching. They're getting ready for their final move. So between now and the next time we do get together and manifest tarot, and I look forward to it, believe me, peace and blessings.